now. That's good. And I'm going to hit play on this. And oh shit, fuck, ass. Leave this all in.
I was going to say, do you not want to... Okay.
Oh, fuck. No, but now, god damn it. The thing is, though, now is that, like...
Nikki, that's too loud.
But I can't hear it.
That's better. John left us alone.
John left us alone.
Once.
The kids are at play.
He almost had to leave us alone twice. This is why he said, I don't care how many liquids they told me to drink. I'm going to be on the podcast last week because I can't leave these chuckle fucks alone.
And that's
because Nikki said, what licensed song should I play? And
yeah,
I did respond immediately.
And we are listening to iPod Nano by Nina Geraci, which you can find on...
iPod Touch Advanced.
Sorry, iPod Touch. Different iPod. I should stop it, I guess, huh?
Maybe.
See, here's the thing. So when you slide the slider, it doesn't increase or lower the volume until you stop.
Right.
It's not like a live. Okay, let's find out. No.
Oh.
If you want to listen to the actual music, it's here. Okay, so listen, we can't just if like you only came here for the actual music, then you got some of it. Okay, so relax. Welcome to the VGB's podcast. John is on the space station. He should be back next week.
Nothing's ever interfered with the timing of a space station return, so
no, nothing. Literally
nothing.
Nothing.
Beat the doors down if John's not back next week.
I don't understand why they don't just have ODST style drop pods on the space station if they need to get off.
You'd think that there'd be something for emergencies. What are they going to do? Just hang out?
I guess you just fucking die if you go up there and something goes wrong. You can't just leave. It seems like it's a process. Is there always a capsule to leave that fits everybody that's up there on it, in it?
How big are they?
How is there always an escape?
How did Sandra Bullock get back to Earth?
Dog,
it was a capsule,
I don't know.
Right?
But I thought the space station explodes in that movie.
Yeah, but she does. Is this spoilers? I've never seen the film. I do believe she gets back down to Earth.
She absolutely does, but I thought she like...
I only know because the OST. I wanted to see the scene with that one really beautiful song in it, and she touches sand with her toes.
Oh, that's cool. Did they come? Do they catch her?
I do. I think she's on a smaller station, and that one blows up, and then she goes to a different one in space.
How does Sandra get
all the
back
space
from
movies
space?
Work, right?
Okay, let's see. Gravity ending explained on Collider.com. What goes wrong? Well, we know that. What happens at the end of gravity? Stone attempts to reach Earth through radio communication, but due to the destruction of the satellites, receives no helpful response. Gets a signal from a man named Anigog, who is from Greenland.
Okay.
What? He's just a Greenlandic Inuit guy hanging out. Why does he have communication tools to talk to space? Unclear.
Oh, so you think the Inuit don't have good communication controls?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. They shouldn't have anything, is what I'm saying. No, why? Okay, whatever.
I have heard that the film is not stellar.
Interstellar is a different flick.
Also bad.
Yeah. After drifting in and out of consciousness, Stone has a hallucination of Kowalski, who I think is
the penguin.
Yeah, the penguin from the Penguins of Madagascar. No,
He's
I think
smart. He would help.
George Clooney.
Oh, he is in that movie.
He's in that flick, but he beefs it.
Yeah, everybody does practically.
The Soyuz may be out of fuel. What? This is one of the worst. Okay, I'm just going to read this verbatim.
Yeah, please.
Finally, Stone accepts her fate of certain death and turns the oxygen off in her capsule. After drifting out of consciousness, Stone has a hallucination of Kowalski entering the vessel. This image shows of Kowalski offers Stone a cheerful demeanor and some solid advice. The Soyuz may be out of fuel, but she can use the single thrust of its landing rockets to make one push towards Tiangong, the Chinese space station that is falling towards Earth. After accomplishing this, she gets out of the...
Kowalski must be the guy that died in the beginning. And in the beginning, they Wall-E themselves back to the thing, I think.
Yes. She uses a fire extinguisher to get herself to the space station.
Yes. That I know, because of Wall-E.
Because of Wall-E. And then she comes out.
Happy Pride.
Yep. Here's a question. So she gets in the spaceship and then I guess can make a phone call on the spaceship.
A
lot of questions about this.
A lot of questions about this movie that I haven't seen.
Yeah. And there's no way to know.
Third-party information from a website.
I'm now looking at the crew return vehicles, which is what they wanted to build a little space shuttle to attach to the space station. It was called the CRV, which damn Honda would have popped off if they could have been able to be like, we have a CRV in space. But they canceled it because of funding. Pre or post 9/11? Lotus, was it pre or post 9/11?
For space? Probably pre 9/11. Are they playing that stuff so far in advance?
That's so true. With the cancellation of the X-38 and CRV programs in 2001, it was clear that the interim use of Soyuz capsules. Wait, when did they put it? How old are the Soyuz capsules? We're going to talk about video games eventually, I promise.
Soyuz are the, not original, but like they're the ones that have been there for forever, right?
Yeah, for fucking ever. They've been used, I guess they've updated them, but the general vibe of it has been in existence since 1967. The current one is from 2016. It looks exactly the same as it did in the 60s.
Right.
Welcome to the VGB's podcast, a podcast about video games. With me, as always, is Lotus. Hello, Lotus. I'm Nikki. John, again, on the space station, which is how we got to where we were. Okay, are you back up to speed? Do you understand? How you doing, Lotus? What'd you do this week? Anything cool?
I couldn't tell you. I recently left my job, so the time, not sure where it is, but I don't mind that. Read some depressing audiobooks, or I suppose listened to them.
Were they good?
They were very good, but very depressing. I listened to A Massacre in Mexico, which was about those 43 indigenous teachers that went missing.
Yeah.
And then I had heard about another book called Still Life with Bones, and I knew that was about anthropology. And I thought that'll be a beautiful human experience to listen to. Turns out it is largely about the United States and also government-backed genocides in Guatemala and Argentina.
Cool.
So,
Now, I will say, Lotus, on Still Life with Bones, the subhead on that book is Genocide, Forensics, and What Remains.
I can't read it. Whenever they do audiobooks, the picture's smaller. That's not the listed. The book is just called Still Life with Bones. On audiobooks, they just squish the picture down into squares, so I couldn't read it.
You can't see it. No, that's so real. Do you try to go a Bummertown book to a not Bummertown book, kind of like a back and forth, or do you just get in Bummertown mode and then eventually you get out of Bummertown mode, or do you stay in Bummertown mode forever?
It's vibes based. It's what I want to listen to. I didn't think that Still Life with Bones would be as much of a bummer as it was. Yeah. It was significantly more of a bummer than A Massacre in Mexico, which is a lot about like torture and stuff. It was somehow much worse.
Yeah.
There's
a way to abstract that kind of.
Yeah, it was all they're both audiobooks available from the library that I could download onto my phone. So that did limit the pool because I didn't feel like buying anything.
Yeah. Does your library, I guess it's probably different for you because of population density. But every time there's a book that I want on library on computer, they're like, We only have 3 copies of this digital file.
Thankfully, I only read nonfiction, so no one else is
So
reading
no
the
one
books.
wants it. Okay,
But if I
huge.
look at like I have like Hood Feminism, which is like a very popular nonfiction book somewhere on my list. I have never seen it.
Yeah.
Anything but fully checked out. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same with audiobooks. I'm like, this is an MP3. But
yeah, what are you talking
licensing,
about?
But it's a license. So for the library to have one, it costs like $1 jillion.
Do you know how easy it is to play stuff without a license?
It is.
It's really easy. We're doing it right
crazy.
now.
But that's one nice thing about living in Houston with the urban sprawl and everything. I have 3 library cards. So
yeah,
a lot of the time, one of them has them.
One of them has it. I have 2 library cards, but the thing that they're both similarly impacted because everyone has 2 library cards. You know, all of the fucking nerds who are trying to access the library know about the library. The library is not a secret anymore, which I could have argued it was in like 2019. You know,
after everyone went inside, they remembered how to read.
They remembered about reading. Okay, well that's cool. Did you eat anything exciting this week? No. Okay.
Did you?
No. Yesterday, I went to an Angel City game. We won, which was a big surprise. We beat Orlando, who was second in the table, which was shocking because they're very good and we're very bad.
I was gonna say you've joked with more than a helping of honesty that Angel City's maybe not the greatest football club. Just
really bad. Just like aggressively bad. And are there teams worse? Yes, but they aren't trying.
Right.
We're trying and bad, which I think is worse for me, vibes wise.
I need, this is very un-American. This is very un-American. So I'm so sorry.
No, sure.
I need every sporting league to have relegation.
Yeah, you're right. You're fucking right.
I need every sporting league to have relegation. I'm so for the people playing at home who may not know because they are also American.
Yeah.
If you do shit enough in most normal sports things, if you do shit enough consistently enough, and you prove that you aren't trying and that you're just like trying to make money or whatever, you just get kicked out of the league and you get booted down to a lower one, and someone in the lower one who's doing really good gets brought up. And we don't have that.
We don't have it.
Because
we need it here. I think it works if you start with it, but in America, nobody wants to do it because of money, which is a bummer. But yeah, if there was threat of relegation, then the product would be better.
Yes,
kind of across the board. Now, nothing at BMO Stadium. They got rid of the only good food item that they made. Last season, they had this Peruvian rotisserie chicken, and you would get like a quarter of a chicken and some French fries for like $17, which was surprisingly a good deal. Like that's
for stadium food,
for stadium food, that is a great deal. And then, like honestly, I've paid more for a quarter chicken and a side at other places here. So I was amped that existed. I liked it a lot. They got rid of it. Probably, honestly, because eating a quarter chicken at a sporting event, kind of a pain in the ass. It's not really a finger food. It's kind of a finger food, but not really a finger food. It's messy. So they got rid of it. Now they don't have it anymore. So there's nothing good. But when I was doing my halftime lap, with a friend, we went over to the nacho zone because she's gluten-free. So the gluten-free options are low. But the nachos are gluten-free. So we went and got there. And I think they're terrible, to be so clear. They're really gross.
I've never had a good stadium nacho.
They're all bad. They just aren't good. But she got chicken. They called it chicken al pastor, which doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't mean anything. Those are the words on the screen, and I just said them to you. You know, don't shoot me. And here's the thing that really fucked me up. They used to have people, right? You grab you say, I want this, right? And they turn around and they get it out of the hot zone, and then they give it to you, and then they say it costs amount of money.
Yeah.
They still have all of the same number of people
Yes.
working behind the thing. But now they give you
just
the
take
food, and then they say, go over here. And then there's it looks like an overhead projector, and it's a camera that takes a picture of the food and then determines what the item is. Now, here's the thing about cameras. And if it uses AI, it just knows that it's nachos, but can't tell what's on it. So we put it on the pad, and then it was like, for sure, we know this is nachos. Which one is it, though?
We're also going to need you to enter the nachos.
Yeah. And it was like, well, what's the fucking point? And they gave us 4 options. And I, before my friend had the opportunity to select the correct one, I was like, oh, if it thinks that it's the $6 nachos, you're paying $6 for these fucking nachos.
Scan the PS5 as a grape.
Yeah,
Miranda.
It's a grape. It always has been. So we paid $6 for the nachos, and they tasted better because they were,
of course, stolen. Because larceny was involved.
Yeah, absolutely. So I ate that this week. That was good. I'm gonna, I think, make burgers today. Mostly because I have ground beef that I need to use before it goes bad. So I'll make that. Any other things going on? When was the last time you were on television, Lotus?
Last time I was on television?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been on TV.
You think you've ever been on TV?
I don't think so. My mom's been on TV.
Why was your mom on TV?
She's a
Do you
doctor.
want to keep... What?
You didn't know? Nikki, no? I swear to God, I mention this so frequently and no one ever remembers this. Look, people who are listening who have showed up to streams and who have known of VGBs through Fanbite and all this other shit, I want you to think to yourselves, has Lotus ever mentioned either of her parents being a doctor? And the answer is fucking yes to both of them multiple times each.
Here's my defense. It's not a good one. That's a bit of information that I would better remember if you told me in person. Now that we've had this full blown of a conversation about it,
you'll still forget.
Absolutely. No. No. I'm going to remember now. I wish I was a cool doctor that could be on TV.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember if it was like for cool reasons. I just vaguely remember that she was on like the local news because
TV doctor.
Yeah, I don't know why. My mom's an OB-GYN, so I guess she was being interviewed for something.
Obgyn.
An Obgyn.
I'm on whenever I go to the Angel City games. I'm on television,
right?
Because of where I stand.
I would hate to be seen, to be perceived. Put me in the nosebleeds.
It's fine because most of the time, like the camera is far away. The worst was when Savvy King had literally a heart attack on the field. They did do a big lingering shot of me weeping, which was crazy. So there is if I go back and I haven't gone back and watched it, if you can believe it, but there are lingering shots of me weeping on Ion, the television channel.
I would have made it my profile picture if I was.
I think I still might. But yesterday they clipped out Alyssa Thompson's goal. How do I put a JPEG on this screen? Share. Sorry, audio listeners. I was
gonna say I can't recall this happening before, but no, I can, and I think it was you who did the picture.
There's me.
Okay. Nikki.
That's me.
I don't know. Should I say this?
What's up?
This looks like a historical photo of Anne Frank. For those who are listening and not watching, I don't even know what resolution I could describe this as. This looks approximately 200 tall by 150, 175 wide. It is so blurry. I think I'm accurate. Like one of those things of like footage from the Olympics in 1939 reveals. Yep. It could also be Dora. There's just no discernible anything.
It's a 4 kilobyte file.
You could be shirtless. You could be wearing pink. The thing off of your right shoulder could be a design on a shirt. It could be a very white person. It could be a slendered man.
Let's see. I'm trying to get the dimensions of this image.
Yeah, let's see how close I was.
Why can't I? It won't tell me the dimensions. It just tells me what the file size is. What's the point
of your newly colorized photo?
Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh, wait. If I open it in preview and then go to tools, adjust size, it will tell me. Pixels. It's 124 by 140.
Okay. I was a bit off.
Is what it says.
Okay. Close enough.
Anyway, I just thought it was really funny because I could not, no features, but I did know it was me.
You look like you have a bob.
Me. I know what's happening, but it's just because my hair's down. All right. Well, that's the end of that. Thank you so much for indulging me. Do you want to talk about video games?
I guess we said we would approximately 20 minutes ago.
That's fine. That's what they pay for, I guess. This week was games, the games convention.
Yes.
Lotus, I know you went. How did you find Cologne? Did you have a good time?
I found it in the fragrance aisle.
Hey, boom.
On top of larceny, Nikki does tell lies. I didn't even watch it, I'll be honest. Because with a lot of these shows, especially if Jeffrey's involved, I don't like being on social media when an event is actively on. Yeah. But it is the easier way to absorb the information.
Yeah.
If John was streaming it, but he had to be sick, I probably would have watched it. But in all other cases, I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah.
Because also you're a convention. What business do you have being a program?
No, none. Literally
it doesn't match well. It's weird.
It's so goofy. I watched the whole thing, which was a mistake. I had nothing else to do, is literally why. And then in retrospect, it would have. No, it was like 2 hours.
Oh, actual showtime was 45 though, wasn't it?
Oh, really?
I thought so.
It felt like I was there for 6 years, Lotus.
Well, they always do.
I felt like I was there for ages. Wait, youtube.com.
Yeah. Let me know.
Opening night live. If it was 45 minutes, I have to go to the hospital.
I just got, because especially there's that weird thing that they do where they have a pre-show, which is just the main show, but like the poorer ones. Yes. And that goes on for an hour, but it's technically not the main show.
Okay. The pre-show starts, it was 2.5 hours long.
Okay.
Including the pre-show.
Right.
Thank God. I was going to say, holy shit. It would have fucked me up.
I just meant 45 minutes of main show stuff to watch.
Yes, that sounds perhaps correct. I thought that this one was one of the worst, maybe the worst one he's ever done. And not because of the content the content of it was kind of whatever, which is to say it's Gamescom. It's like, it's the biggest games convention in the world. And also it doesn't matter.
It's an actual in-person event.
Yes.
As opposed to being a TV show.
A TV show, yes. So like the announcements that you get at it don't match the fact that what it is like for people to go hang out about video games in person.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst one he's ever done because it is so clear to me that he's never going to change what these are.
No.
And like there is no hope. He like does not even take the slightest notes.
There's no hope, folks.
There's no hope. There's no hope of him taking any notes on the way that these are formatted.
No.
That they're just going to be like this forever. He like came out there and was like, E3 is not dead. It's just here in Cologne, Germany, and then proceeded to do the worst thing you've ever seen. And I was like, well, like, no, like the vibes of E3, people are nostalgic for it because it was broken up and paced correctly. Yeah. And he's never paced one of these well ever. There were 2 bespoke anime turn this shit off blocks. Why? The stage was literally, from a production design perspective, I thought this was one of the worst also, because the stage was really, really big. And there was a huge catwalk down the middle, and it was the most obvious that it was rough when they brought the cast of Fallout, everyone except Walton Goggins, they brought out to talk about season 2 of the program Fallout. And they come out from backstage, and it feels like they're walking towards Jeff Keighley for 15 minutes. They aren't.
It's obviously for like KCON.
Yes. It exists.
Where for K-pop idols, a lot of the point of going to see them is getting to interact and like getting to drink in every moment. So it's fun that they take a super long time to walk all the way down the catwalk, and kind of no matter where you're sitting, you're gonna get a good view at some point. Maybe they'll take your phone. This is a Fallout television show, and they're going to talk. When they get to the end.
And it isn't even the thing that's so crazy about that. The KCON thing is so smart because at those events, right, they put the seats around the catwalk, right?
Yes.
Generally. They weren't at this. Okay. So like there's just a thrust part of the stage, but they didn't seat it like they had a thrust. Completely fucking insane. Just like bad production design. And then they talked about some video games that I don't care about. Would you like to hear about them, Lotus?
I would love to.
They're making another Black Myth Wukong game.
Yes.
Who cares? Great. Resident Evil 9. Is that right?
Yes, 9. Great.
That's coming. Are you excited, or do you care about Resident Evil Requiem?
No. I mean, I like Resident Evil, the franchise, and I like what it's done for games. Resident Evil 7 came out, and I was like, no. I was just talking about this in the server lately, but I like haunted house horror games where like you're not really thinking too hard and the story's not that involved. You're just running from shit. But it feels like a waste of the Resident Evil IP to do that. They are just reusing the IP for like a thing that they want to do, and I find them very boring looking and uninteresting.
I don't know anything about these, but I thought the last one was about being stuck inside of a house.
They're all about that. But
sometimes they go outside.
Sometimes they go outside.
He's outside most of the time, right?
Oh, sorry. I meant 7, 8, 9 are all about this.
Stuck inside of house. Because the first one is about stuck inside of house.
Sometimes you go outside, but then you go back inside to something else.
All right. Well, in the trailer, a guy gets fucking got by a ghost. And then I guess at the end, the mom gets got also. So bad day for the girl that you play as. But you can play it in third or first person, which I guess is important enough that every single preview mentions it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was on the RA9 presser.
Yeah, they were like, please don't forget to mention this.
If I don't care how talented the artists at Capcom are, if you've ever played a game where it was designed one way and then they add the other one, it feels like shit. Yes. Both ways sometimes.
Both ways, yeah.
Usually one of them feels right and the other one you're like...
Yeah, cool that you did this, I guess.
Yeah.
Ghost of Yotei got another trailer. It looks like one of those.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun.
I'm sure it'll be good. I'm excited. I know I don't sound excited about that one, but I liked that first game quite a bit. And I have not played a PlayStation game in a while. So it is time to play a PlayStation game, I think, They're doing another World of Tanks.
They are doing another World of Tanks.
But this one's a hero shooter. And it's called World of Tanks Heat. That's all I got on that one. We're both nodding. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando looks like nothing to me. They
have shown this off several times. And here's the thing. John Carpenter, I enjoy very much. Yeah. Legend. He's Yoko Taro is video games John Carpenter in the sense that he's a freak, he's a pervert, he's extremely well respected, and he will do anything for a check because he's smart. Yeah. So I mean that's this. I hope it's fun. It doesn't.
It's a Left 4 Dead.
We've seen it many times for several years, and it does not seem to have a lot substantial about it.
No, which not to be, and I know making a video game.
Video games are very difficult to make. And no one wants to show anything too early.
It can't be that hard to make one of these. given a big enough budget, it cannot be that hard to make a horde shooter.
Yeah, we'll talk about this later with another game, but the majority of the design has been done by
more talented teams than you.
Industry innovators is what I was going to say. But sure.
Hey, that's a more generous framing, I guess.
I don't know.
I'm skipping whatever Project Spectrum is. I'm using the IGN listing. Who wrote this?
I don't like scrolling on IGN.
This took 5 people, apparently, for this list. And it's
that
Adam
Bankhurst, they had
Rachel
to get
Weber.
It out 5 minutes before the show was over.
Yeah. Adam Bankhurst, Rachel Weber, Tom Phillips, plus 2 more. And I can't click on the plus 2 more. So I'm sorry to the other 2 people who are not being appropriately credited.
It could have been anybody.
Everwind is coming, which I think is the game. If I'm remembering correctly, this is the game by the 4J people, who are the people who made the console versions of Minecraft.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm not making that up.
Really hard to do, and I applaud them.
I made that up. Completely wrong. Absolutely wrong. They're also
because it's kind of chonky looking.
No, because the 4J people are making they're making their own Minecraft also. That news happened last week, and then this got announced and revealed this week. But the 4J game is not out. Everwind, it looks like a Minecraft RPG kind of a
it's situation. A little more Vagrant story-ish.
Yes, maybe. There seems like there's more explicit RPG mechanics, but kind of otherwise it looks like Minecraft. It looks pretty. I'll say that. It looks like
what a lot of Minecraft players say they want out of Minecraft. How true that will be in the end is up for debate. Yes. But it looks nice.
They've got flying vehicles. They've got pigs, the magic spells, all that stuff. Cult of the Lamb's getting DLC in 2026, which is cool. They're still supporting that one. That's great.
It always feels crazy to me that game is like an action roguelike thing and not the other part.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad. Well, actually, I heard when it first came out, the roguelike portion was really rough.
Yeah.
It's so not what anybody ever talks about or seems interested in. And I'm always confused. But
people are amped about it.
More stuff.
That's a game that normal people I know have talked about. Which is always surprising when one of those makes it out. Because again, it being a roguelike does not feel like those two things hold hands that way.
No, I mean, I think what a lot of people who are like deep in it like us don't realize is that the normies, extreme quotation marks, because I kind of hate when people say that, but for the sake of conversation, they don't give a fuck about game genres even a little bit.
No, that's just what the video game is when they start it.
They don't know what most of those words are, not because they're like dumb or that uninvolved. They just literally do not fucking care.
Mm-hmm. They play the video game if they like the video
interests
game.
Them. Yep. Imagine that.
What's that? Yeah, what's that like?
How silly.
World of Warcraft Midnight. Do you care?
Is this them announcing that they're adding houses again?
Separate, but included in this announcement, yes, is that they finally figured out how to do housing.
Yes, because all due respect to whatever else that team could possibly be announcing, the houses are the thing that is going to matter for the next 2 years.
They did the cinematic trailer that was 1 million hours long. It was like 5 minutes long.
Yeah,
and it seems like
cinematics,
which is like
they're good at them.
They're good at them, so like I do get it, but also it does feel like it does beat by beat the entire story of the expansion in the trailer, and I kind of was like, well, okay, that's fine. I'm skipping Age of Empires 4. That's
People
not a real game. Too. Yeah, so like, why make another one? They're making a game called Cinder City, which is a NCSoft studio. And I only want to talk about this one because in the trailer, there's very clearly multiple builds of the game being used in the trailer. So much so that the lighting is different sometimes from cut to cut, like completely different. Like the bake is completely different. And sometimes the text is in Korean and sometimes it's in English.
Okay.
There's just kind of no consistency from shot to shot in that one. Which
some stuff couldn't get cleared.
Yeah, which is like,
that
you know
happens.
yeah, it happens. But also, you know who made the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
You did. And you know who makes the video game? Also you.
Well, we don't know that.
That's so true.
There's
a chance.
I can't even call it non-zero. There's actually a pretty high chance that they did not make the trailer at all.
There is a high chance.
It could still be, one of their sister companies, but there's a pretty high chance they didn't make it. And they just said, hello, so-and-so, we need you to make this trailer.
Yeah, please make this trailer.
Here's what we have.
Yeah. And they said, they're making another Dante's Inferno game. It is not called Dante's Inferno. It is called La Divina Commedia, which translates to Dante's Inferno, for those who don't know. It's a third-person character action game. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It's kind of be a Souls-like.
Yeah, I'd be so pissed if I was making this and I saw that Lies of P came out first. It's unfortunate.
It's tough.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. It's like they're making every game now is a Souls-like, which must mean that people are buying them. So maybe it's fine. No, but like people gotta be buying them, right? Or do we think now?
Generally, yes. I think a lot of people enjoy this. I think this is like what a video game is for a lot of people.
For a lot of people right now. They're Moonlighter 2 got a release date.
I still can't get into the look of that game. I'm so sorry.
I didn't like the way the first one looked, but I liked the video game. And then I'm only excited about Moonlighter 2 because I liked the video game playing the video game Moonlighter 1. I think it looks kind of whatever also.
Yeah, I'm not like an enormous fan of Moonlighter 1's visual style, but because Moonlighter 2 is taking a definitive style and like a very particular color scheme and then trying to turn it 3D, I just think it looks weird. I'll be honest, I think it makes it look very cheap compared to how the first game looked, which is unfortunate. It looks like a game, a free-to-play MMO for children that I played when I was children called Spiral Knights.
The least generous thing I would say is that it looks like a game that you would play inside of Grindr.
Do they have games on
Yeah, in Grindr, sometimes when in between actions in the app, it'll be like, what if you played a game?
I see. I thought you meant that it had a game. Like
no.
It looks like sliding.
Well, no, the
sliding
ads,
game.
Well, sometime it looked like it's sliding game, or other time it like run around, click, collect wood, build a house, defense kind of thing. Oh, Lotus, I know you're amped about this one. The Inzoi Island Getaway DLC is coming.
I'm so curious if this game actually ended up doing well at all, because the community that it most obviously targets does not really like generative AI, like top to bottom.
Yeah.
I don't even mean that as like a on the internet person. Impression.
No, like in the streets. In the streets, yes. The girlies who like to make custom little dollhouses really don't like Gen AI. Yeah. I'm on Steam DB right now trying to figure out how many people are playing the video game Inzoi, and it's 7,000. So do with that information what you will.
Mm-hmm. Is it free to play?
No. Don't think so. I think it's $50.
It is $32 right now. 20% off.
Oh, it's on sale.
$39.99 price.
$40. Okay.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 4, that looks like one of those. Hopefully they go back and forth on Platinum does on making a good video game and a bad video game. And I think it's time for a good one. So we'll see. They also did announce, now here's the thing, there is inside of Metal Gear Solid 3, there is a little video game called Guy Vampire ? Or something like that, where it's a Snake goes to sleep and there's a chance that you play a third-person character action game that was supposed to be a demo for Zone of Enders 3. That in that game, when you went to sleep in the game, it would deload Metal Gear Solid. There was a second video game on the disc. It would load that video game in a different engine. It would and you would play a second video game inside of the game, and then it would end it, load you back in. When they did the remake, Metal Gear Solid Delta, people were like, oh, I wonder if it's coming. And apparently it is in there, and Platinum just worked on it. So they kind of fleshed it out some more. Now, does that fuck up with the good Platinum, bad Platinum pattern? Unclear.
When they develop it, what does it all mean?
Outer Worlds 2 is a game that's coming out. Chronos: The New Dawn. It's a Bloober Team's cool game where they all look like butts.
I always think it's... don't remember what they're called. Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I always think it's their game, but it's not.
Oh, Supermassive.
Supermassive.
Yeah.
I always forget their name because I try to say Supergiant, and I go, no, that's different. Someone else. So I must. That's somebody else. But no, Supermassive.
Supermassive. It looks like one of these. I don't know. It looks like a Dead Space.
They say it's got a lot of their unique little thingies and stuff, but
like a child running into a wall. Does it have that?
It could.
I hope so. Silent Hill. Yeah. That's coming.
It also looks like one of those, unfortunately, to me.
Delta Force, which is everyone's most anticipated game of the year. That's coming to consoles right now. It's actually available right now. So stop listening to this, fire up your PlayStation, and go download Delta Force, the Tencent developed first-person shooter for mobile that they have ported to console. Unbeatable, which is the only game that I gave any sort of a shit about during this thing, got its final trailer. It's coming out Q4. I'm excited about that game. Do you have any takes on Unbeatable, Lotus?
It seems fun. It's a game that I've lost track of its development multiple times, and absolutely. Thought that it had already come out several times, which is unfortunate. But good on them for it coming out. For real.
No, it's huge. I think it will be good. Is how I feel. I'm excited about it. A couple of other games that I won't mention because kind of who cares. They're making another Bubsy game.
Yeah, it's very post-ironic.
Yeah, finally. And there's a video game called PVKK, the full name of which is Planeten Verte Digung Canon Commandant.
I want to play this game.
Yeah, me too.
I've been excited for this for quite some time. This is another one where when they first announced it, I was like, are you sure that you want to do this right now? Because you obviously, not that you haven't started working on it, but like there's nothing to see. But hey.
Yeah.
It looks the same as it did before, but there's more of it.
There's more. Yeah, more. It looks like a bunch of buttons you get to press. A lot of clicking. To push buttons. Like it seems really, really cool.
You know what I love to do? I love to sit at my computer and click my mouse.
Yeah, that's what we're all here for, Lotus.
We're all here to click the mouse.
That's why we're all here. Oh, there were actually, you know what? I told someone earlier this week that there was one game that I cared about. There were 4 games at this thing that I was interested in, which is more. Road Kings, which is a truck sim, except it seems like there's a little bit of lore and there's weather. Like shit can go bad, like the bridges can collapse and there's road hazards and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So that seems fun to me. They're doing a Lego Batman, which it just does seem like they said, well, Rocksteady can't make an Arkham game to save their fucking lives anymore. So what if we made one?
It seems like they did the same thing that Warner Brothers has already done, which is they said, people keep fucking up our movies. What if the Lego people did one and then they did a better one than we've ever done?
Yes, than we've ever done. So that's coming.
Watch the Lego Batman movie. Someone was asking me, a friend was asking me because they got they got emotional after seeing a TikTok edit of Batman and Joker from the Lego movie. And they said, does this movie have Yowie in it? And I said, I mean, yes, it does actually. And I'm not even, I'm a real stickler. I'm going to tell someone a movie is gay or not. Legally, like actually for real, no, it's played as a joke.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of it. So
yeah, no, I think that movie is great. I love the
film.
Lego Batman movie.
I love that movie.
So that game looks cool. It's called Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. It just kind of
the other Lego Batmans are also good.
Yes, they are. It just seems like you kind of play through the events of the Arkham games a little bit and the movies. Like it just kind of seems like an amalgamation of like Batman's greatest hits in the last 15 or 20 years. So that's cool. Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows is Bane, which is just, I think, is kind of inspired casting. Lotus. Now it is time to talk, about for like 45 minutes, I think, right? About Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
Yeah.
So there's that. No, who gives a shit? It looks like one of those.
Which country we doing a coup on this time?
Nicaragua, Los Angeles, Japan, Tokyo, Japan, Alaska, and then a fake country called Avalon. In this one, you don't even fight people anymore. You just kind of fight robots, which I do think is kind of like, that's probably good. I think you're fighting robots basically the whole time.
Knowing Call of Duty, there's a non-zero chance that they do the same thing that they've done 3 other times, and they reveal at the end that they weren't robots and you were brainwashed the whole time to dehumanize them. Like Ender's Game, spoilers for Ender's Game.
Yeah. Not Ender's Game spoilers.
The movies, whatever, but those books, that's YA right there.
I read that book so early, like way too early.
How early?
I think I was like 6 or 7 when I like cracked that fucker open.
That's pretty.
And I don't remember.
You were a very intelligent 6-year-old because I don't know if I could have gotten through that book at 6.
I was reading way too early. I was disliked. And I don't remember anything that happened in it.
Really?
Yeah. I probably should reread it.
I had a good time.
I read that book really early.
Going into freshman year of high school, the summer reading assignments were Ender's Game and The Hunger Games. So that was
game summer.
Game summer. Really good books, both of them.
Yeah, I gotta reread Ender's Game.
You should.
What else? Fucking Silksong is coming out, which I knew was going to happen. The date is what? September 4th?
Yeah, 4th.
So John owes, I think, both of us $250,000 each, I think is what he said. So that's huge for us. Bad for him.
Huge for us.
But huge for us. We can buy as many copies of that game as we want. They aren't giving it to reviewers, which I think is so damning on the business as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, they never had to.
No, they didn't have to.
Every single time, though, I know that this is like just a thing that Jason Schreier said because he knew that people would be interested in it. But anytime it's like indie dev not giving reviews to journalists or like indie dev not charging for DOC because he's such a good guy. I'm like, well, no, it's mostly because they made $15 million fucking dollars.
Actually, it's because more really money than God they don't need to.
It really has nothing to do with the quality of their character. I don't really care what they said about it.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
They're going to make the money regardless, so they don't have to do it.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you like Hollow Knight? Did you play that one?
No, I don't. I mean, in general, I'm not the biggest Metroidvania person in the world. Like, they're fine, but I don't have a particular attraction to them. I mean, I've said many times, I'm generally more attracted to a fairly linear, story-driven experience. Yeah. If you can go nonlinear, great, more power to you. That's the hardest shit on earth to do. If you were being, like, very heavily story important. The other thing about Hollow Knight is that game is very dark and monochromatic, and I can't see what I'm doing very well. Because my eyes are bad, clinically bad. So yeah, I got to a few points and I was like, even if I'm playing these kind of games purely on reflex, which is they are often a mix of reflex and then memorizing enemy attack patterns.
Yeah.
I can usually do pretty well. I actually can't tell what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, you can't see anything in there.
I could go all the way across the map and go in the other direction, but I think I'm good.
Yeah, no. A
shame, but whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm kind of whatever on Hollow Knight. I get one Metroidvania every, I think, 6 years, and I'm still in the Metroid Dread window, personally.
That's true.
So I think I'm Gucci until 28? Question mark. I think Metroid Dread came out in 22. So I think I'm okay until 2028. I don't think I have to touch another one of those until then. That's it. The other games that got announced, the 1,000,001 anime games, something called Europa Universalis 5, which I'd never heard of, but there's 5 of them. And it just seems
they're 4X games, so I don't think
not for me. It just seems it's like Civ, except it's only Europe.
I think so.
But then what's the point?
Don't you go to space?
I don't know.
This is the other problem, is that I don't play a lot of these. I played a bunch of Stellaris back in the day.
Yeah.
Because my older sibling got it for me. I think Europa Universalis is one of the ones. It's like Spore. Where you start,
it's like
you start off in Europe and then you go to space.
When I watched this, I said, damn, Spore was really good. There's like 4 video games in that game. And not to be clear, none of them are excellent, but there are 4 bespoke games in there.
And they're fun.
fun.
And once again, they're fun for people who don't obsess over video games, because I was very surprised when I had internet access and read that people hated Spore when it came out because they expected it to be something different. I had Spore on the computer for $9.99 in 2011. I said, this is great.
Yeah, this is the best game ever made, maybe.
It's up there.
They should make another Spore. Yeah, no, because the end of that game, you do Civ. And you start from a tribal society all the way up to sending them to space. And then there was a DLC that had more space shit in it.
Yeah. They hadn't made Agario yet. So I loved being in the cell station, just eating stuff.
That was like 4 bespoke video games in that video game. And they said it was bad. Idiots.
They didn't like Just Dance 2 either when that came out.
Oh. What do they know? Nothing is the answer,
Nothing.
Lotus. They don't know anything.
That's why they're not allowed to review Silksong.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Let's see. Video. I'm going to type in video game news and see if there's anything else that we missed. The Bungie man is leaving. The one that bought all the cars. So he's gone. Do you have any thoughts about that?
It seems people really didn't like him, but people also really didn't like Jeff Kaplan at Overwatch. So I don't know if that's true or like reasonable at all.
Yeah, who could say?
They're going to switch out for a different business guy. And I think regardless of how well liked either one of them is/was, I don't know how much it matters to Bungie's overall fates or the fate of the games they make.
To me, this feels like this guy got out at a good time, perhaps.
Could be.
Let's see what else. Damn, nothing, I guess. I haven't listen, sorry, Michael. I haven't been on the IGN.com homepage in a long time. There's a lot of stuff on here that I click and I'm thinking that it is going to be words and then it is video because it is presented the same as video, which is not what I want.
The IGN website is not good.
Yeah, that's tough.
And hasn't been for a long time. And I can't find separate RSS feeds for IGN, which is tough.
Yeah, what's a good video game website now? Do they have those?
The Skill Up guy made a new website.
Skill Up guy new website.
I really should know his name off the top of my head, but I don't.
No, his legal name is Skill Up guy.
Yes, Skill Up guy.
It's called This Week in Video Games.
Yes.
His name.
Hear it's fine. What I've read from it so far has been decent, so maybe.
No, a lot. I have to pay for this, which is I'm good. Oh, honestly, this is one of the cooler paywalls I've ever seen. It shows
nice.
you what you're missing, but it's all scrambled.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It also makes it fairly clear right away that there's a bunch of stuff you can still read. You don't have to click on it and then hit the paywall, which is kind of critical.
That's nice. And then what's the restart.run? Imran's website? Imran's restart.run.
Imran's Walmart's restart.run.
Restart.run. I'm clicking. Oh, there was the Kirby Air Riders Nintendo Direct was this week. Do you care about Kirby Air Ride?
I like the first game a lot as a child. I played a lot of it.
Okay, did you watch this event, this thing?
No.
Can I tell you
I don't need to listen to Sakurai.
No, that's hey,
I'm so sorry.
Lotus, that's so real.
I really respect him. I don't.
This man talked about this video game for 45 fucking minutes. And it is, I cannot stress enough, the same fucking video game. Now, that's not bad.
That's not an indictment, but it's not a reason to talk about it for 45 minutes.
For 45 fucking minutes.
Because also even this isn't even a particular indictment on Sakurai, but like the way that he presents information as someone who's been at Nintendo, working with Nintendo production for a long time, it's not nice to listen to.
No.
If you're someone who likes to meme about listening to hours of Splatoon 3 lore videos, then like great, you will enjoy that. And I'm glad that you posted about it the whole time, because that's the only reason I knew this was happening. But I do not want to listen to it.
No. I got through like a third of it, mostly because I was like, what has the scope of the game changed? And the answer to that question is no. It is the most like, you fuckers didn't like it the first time, but I liked it a lot. So they're gonna let me make another one in between making the Smash, which is great. Like the idea that there is anyone on this planet that is able to get one over on Nintendo is really funny to me. And it very clearly is like, it's a pound. He's putting in a pound of flesh and getting his Kirby Air Riders so that he can get back in the fucking mines to do another Smash. Yeah. But it's just the same. It is exactly the same video game. They added more vehicles and there's more guys. At one point he goes, I will say this. There is one very funny part. At one point he goes, now I hear what you're saying. How is this different from Mario Kart? And then he starts to kind of talk about the ways that he's different from Mario Kart. And then he goes, actually, I guess it's a lot like Mario Kart.
Oh boy, 2 Mario Karts.
Yeah, finally. See, because the last one was so good. But honestly, this game seems like it has a more interesting and committed adherence to the idea of it being explicitly a racing game, as opposed to a racing game that has half-baked exploration baked onto it.
Which is fascinating, because that's not how I played Kirby Air Riders. I only played City Race and went around this city. City Trial, yeah.
And now
because that's the fun one.
That's the fun part. And the City Trial map is bigger. I was kind of expecting it to be much bigger, but it actually does not feel or like look like it feels that much bigger. There's more areas and it is absolutely bigger than it was on the GameCube. But it kind of seems like it is not going to be what they want you to spend most of your time doing.
Especially because you had played quite a bit of Mario Kart World, and those areas look and feel very large.
Yes, really, really big. Like to the point where like you can see the other side. There are angles from which you can see the other side of the map in this new City Trial so the scale is just completely different. That's coming out next month, and then they've got Pokemon in October. Worlds was last weekend, and I watched a little bit of it, and it was cool, like it always is, I think, because it's a video game for children, and it's nice when children get to do things. I think it's got the same vibe to me as the Little League World Series and the spelling bee.
Not the spelling bee.
But then it's such a shame because I watched the kids. I didn't watch the adults video game finals, but I did watch the kids one. And they go through and I hadn't watched Worlds in quite a while. They go through so much painstaking, high production value stuff at the beginning to be like, damn, like this kid got from here to here to here. They do a little interview. They talk. The stage is like kind of like, it's extremely elaborate. It's a packed arena, quote unquote. It's like a room in the convention center, but it is packed and there's people excited. There's an announce desk and there's like an analyst desk, and it has all of the trappings of it being like a big thing. And then they cut to the video game Pokemon Violet. And then you have to look at Pokemon Violet and it's like, oh boy.
It's strange.
It is so tough. I think that game looks horrible. And it really it does there is such a gulf between the way that the commentary team talked about the game relative to what I was literally looking at on the screen, that it felt like I was missing something, because the battle camera in that game lingers on non-moving objects for so long. Faceless, lifeless.
I think the first time they did 3D, so that would be Pokemon XY, they introduced this, where the intense music will be playing. And sometimes the camera will linger on your faceless, lifeless Pokemon, and then it'll go, duh, 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 really close into the face. And I think it is the funniest thing on earth. It is, especially if it's a Pokemon like Goomy or something, like just an absolute gormless, like nothing going on behind the eyes. It is like deeply funny. But yeah, it's a rough looking game. I'm very glad that Terrestrialization has like revitalized the competitive scene, because it's really something that it has not been in a long and
it was really sick. Like it was cool to watch them play.
It is mechanically exciting.
Like it was actually legitimately interesting. It just was so deeply let down by the presentation, literally, of the video game.
Yeah. Nikki.
Yes.
You once did a Notes app apology.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to say that you shouldn't have had to. Pokemon Black and White is ugly.
Thank you. That's fucking history.
As such a long time Pokemon fan.
At fucking gunpoint, they had me say that shit. I didn't
as such a long time Pokemon fan, I have never understood why Black and White is like the Zillennial favorite game.
Those games look like shit.
They look bad. It's unfortunate. Like, I appreciate what they were trying to do, and I do like.
No, I respect the effort.
I like the fathead trainers, like characters.
Great. No, for sure.
And even their full body sprites. The problem is that they do this weird kind of paper doll animation on all the Pokemon, where they made this very beautiful sprite art. And then instead of having like individual frame by frame animated sprites, they cut off little chunks of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just like a paper doll, as if it's pinned in by rivets, they have them rotate. Yeah. And it'd be fine if it happened once, but it's constant. And they're constantly, they don't look good. When the sprites aren't moving, they look beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
But when they move, which is all the time, they don't look great.
They don't look good. The one part, and it's super weird because there are 3D bits. I think Heart Gold, Soul Silver are the best looking ones that they made. I think it is like the most succinct, like, when I close my eyes and think about what Pokemon is supposed to look like, it is those games, which is to say that it's like big, bright, primary colors, like reds, blues, golds, greens, like those kinds of.
You could have said red, blue, yellow is right fucking in front of you.
No, but then I didn't, And that's because I'm not good at my job, Lotus.
Why is it that when they came to America, they said blue and green are the different ones?
Who knows?
Now, I'm not even talking about the games. I'm talking about the little guys.
Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
It's really weird.
Anyways.
Someone should ask. That should and here's the thing: those games came out 85 years ago. That should be a thing we know. I don't think we do, and I don't think we will.
There's a chance we have it somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Amid all the other Pokemon trivia and random shit that Ken Sugimori has said throughout the years. Wait, you've muted yourself. Unless something's wrong with me. I don't know what would have happened. Well, time to unplug and replug something in.
Hello.
Ooh, there you go. I heard a click from you and then it went on.
Oh, great.
That was
I think it was me because I pulled my one AirPod out of my ear because it's dying to scratch my ear. And then when I put it back in, I think it got confused because of the sound. So I switched. So we're back. Leave all that in, Jordan. I only bring up Worlds because I think it is kind of important that this is the last Worlds where they're doing the VGC competition inside of the mainline Pokemon game. Moving forward, they're putting it in Pokemon Champions, which is the battle-only free-to-play Pokemon Stadium successor. And all of the VGC competition will happen inside of that. That's supposed to come out later this year or early next year. I actually think they said. So let me look. Pokemon Champions. It comes out in 2026, so early next year, I would assume. Which makes sense because ZA comes out later this year. They actually announced a lot of stuff about it, that I think is kind of interesting. It just seems like they're approaching it like they approached Battle Revolution in Stadium, which is to say that you can bring in your own guys from previous Pokemon games. I don't know why you would do that, because they're already in games where you can do the competition, but like whatever. You can bring in your own guys, but they will just let you pick a guy, rent it, and then do battles against the computer to earn points that you then can use to purchase Pokemon and then train the Pokemon using those same points that you get from doing battles. So that's cool, I think. And it looks the same, to be so clear. Because they just took the battle part of the game out of the other game. But there's that. It also seems like I feel like it would be insane if they didn't. It just seems like they're going to do a seasonal rotation of modifiers. So like the first season, I think, will be Mega Evolution. And then I think they will probably rotate to Terrestrialization and then rotate to
the other ones that people don't like.
Yeah. So there's that. I think that's all the video game news I've got. Lotus. I'm on restart.run and Imran hasn't written anything else.
He just got there.
Imran, I don't know if Imran's even freaking working over there, you know? What's that guy doing? Buying a house? Nerd? You got anything? Do you know anything? You have any secrets, Lotus? You have any embargoed information you want to reveal?
It's not embargo, but I've dipped on Marvel Rivals. I'm over it.
Please do tell.
I mean, it's a shame because it's one of these and all my friends play it, but I'm officially like, I'm not having fun anymore.
Yeah.
Every time I boot up the game, which is a problem.
Yeah, and because you want the video game to feel fun. Now, did it always do that, or did it become like that?
It's an Unreal Engine 5 game, Nikki. There's also, to be clear, for VGB subscribers, go listen to the bonus pod where I talked at John about Marvel Rivals for like 45 minutes. This is a continuation because I have so many problems with this game. But just as a re-up, one really fun thing, you've played an Overwatch. I've
played in Marvel Rivals.
So in all of these games, because Valve invented the engineer 3 trillion years ago,
yes,
everyone needs to have a teleporter.
Yes.
And so there's a character named Doctor Strange who uses magic to do a teleport.
The American Doctor Strange. Yes.
The American Doctor Strange. And the cool thing using Unreal Engine 5's a revolutionary technology is that instead of just being a zip zap, it actively shows you where you are.
Yes.
Looking through the portal, and you can shoot through the portal in real time.
Yes.
If I knew that someone on the opposing team had an internet connection or a computer that was slightly worse than mine, I could play Doctor Strange and deploy a portal at a key moment, and their computer would stop working.
Great.
Nikki, they had, prior to, I think, the last couple of months or so, they had people disconnecting live for the official tournament series that they put on and being gone for minutes at a time because there was no way to pause it. In the official custom game tournament, that Marvel Rivals hosted. They just recently added spectator
Lotus.
stuff. So that doesn't work.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Nikki.
That's crazy.
There have
Okay,
been...
wait. So hold on. I just need to be so clear. just so I can wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
This would be like if in the height of Overwatch League.
Yes.
Someone did Earth Shatter with Reinhardt, and the people who got hit with the Earth Shatter.
Oh, just to be clear, the Doctor Strange thing is, these are separate ideas. The thing with Strange's teleportation is just something that is extremely noticeable if you play the game and you are not hardwired into a crypto mining data center and also own God's gift to computers. Your game will noticeably lag if any Doctor Strange on either team opens a portal. That's just the thing.
So crazy.
The guys playing Rivals at this semi-professional, awkward level that's never going to work out because esports doesn't make money, disconnected for no reason.
Oh, just for no reason, and then
or I guess average reasons.
Right, but then they couldn't
game crashed.
Stop the round.
Yes,
because there was no tool. So did they replay the round?
No.
Got it.
There's no rule for that, and I imagine that at the time there was also no way to do that, even though technically custom games exist. So one of the teams just had to play around with the player missing for 45 to 60 seconds. Rounds in Marvel Rivals are approximately 5 minutes long.
Like 5 minutes long.
5 to 7.
That's so fucking crazy. But it is, you have, here's what I'll say. Just like on the side of the developer, because it doesn't really seem like that's where like kind of the perspective you're at. It's a small indie team. Okay.
Small indie team.
This is maybe their first one of these.
This is maybe the smallest indie team.
And then maybe the IP is not that popular. So they don't really have it a lot of, and the other thing is that there's very little like in-game ways for them to raise money. It's a free-to-play game. So the revenue streams are a little different. So you do have to kind of give them credit for even honestly getting the game out, you know?
The game runs so bad that in a previous update, they included an option, Nikki, where your shaders never compile when you load into the game, where you can voluntarily check a box that says never compile my shaders because I can't load the game. If I compile the shaders, I get stuck at 99%. Now, Nikki, they just this pissed me off so bad. They just recently introduced a kind of post cursor to that where I load my video game Marvel Rivals. Mm-hmm. Normally, when you have a game, especially a game where nothing matters except playing multiplayer. Yeah. When you load the game, you can then play multiplayer.
Yes.
Or at least versus AI.
Yes.
Right? Versus bots. Marvel Rivals has reduced the amount of time it takes to compile your shaders to get into the game by compiling the shaders after you've loaded into the game and you just have to sit on the main menu. And it displays a bar, Nikki, and it says at 30%, your shaders will be finished enough that you can start playing the game if you want to, but we don't really recommend it.
Why?
Another thing, this is a separate idea. This is more about the raising the money.
Why would it even?
Why are you loading the fucking game?
Why are you loading the game?
If I can't play it and then I'm told, well, you can, but you
probably shouldn't.
It's not going to run good.
So then, it's not going to fucking run good with the shaders compiled either.
It never runs good. I can't stress enough. Oh, it never runs good. And part of that is like kind of inevitable. Like, yeah, they're pushing the envelope of what multiplayer games can do with the teleporter stuff. And with like kind of sort of, nothing makes the game run worse. Then there's destructible environments.
Yes. That come back, which is crazy.
They come back, which is the problem.
Yes.
Especially on a couple of maps, namely the worst map in the game, Dracula's Castle. I hate you. Bye. Where the map is like you're going through like a little village leading up to Dracula's Castle, and that's where like the final payload will drop off, right? And there's like a ruined city, presumably ruined by Dracula, these little village houses, and they're all fucked up. At a certain point, and I do not remember how, like what triggers it, all of the buildings immediately start to rebuild themselves all at once. It makes the game run like ass. And you also can't if you're near one of the buildings,
Yeah.
so you're standing on the ground
Mm-hmm.
and you're next to a wall of the building, imagine, and it's a destructed wall. So half of the wall is like, quote unquote, like in the ground.
Yes.
When the building starts rebuilding, you will start to ascend into the sky because you are now stuck on the portion of the building that is rebuilding itself.
Oh,
and so you just jitter around and then hope that, number one, you're not getting shot at.
Yeah.
Because you now have a very obvious trajectory. And you just kind of hope that the way that the game displaces you does so in a somewhat favorable way. You shouldn't have been there. What's wrong with you?
You know, why would you be on the map playing the game?
Why would you be on the map playing the game? The game also. Speaking of like connection, like they just announced that there's this awesome thing that they're doing where if somebody like rage quits in a competitive game, you have a certain amount of time, like especially if it's in the beginning of the match, they have a certain amount of time to rejoin, or it just says, oh, this one doesn't count. Sorry, everybody. But you're not going to lose points or anything. You can just leave.
Brand new feature.
Yeah, the thing that Overwatch has had for approximately 7 fucking years.
Yeah, like from day one, I feel like that game had that. Like, what?
I don't think day one, but pretty close.
Pretty early.
Because one thing that's also like inversely fascinating is as much as they should have already had that is a good feature.
Yeah.
In quick play, for this game, which is the mode that everyone plays and that doesn't matter towards anything, if you get a disconnect, Nikki, number one, if you disconnect for any reason, you do get a penalty, right? You have 15 minutes where you can't. If you disconnect a couple of times, it gives you a penalty because you're like a leaver, so you can't rejoin stuff for 15 minutes.
It's so you can compile the shaders,
which doesn't matter.
Yeah, which doesn't matter. That doesn't make any sense.
And then the more you leave games early, the more it goes up.
The longer
this is how Overwatch does it. This is how League of Legends does it, whatever. The thing is, the game doesn't run well.
Yep.
Quick play doesn't matter. And also really, really importantly, the game does not backfill fast enough.
How so the thing that always fucks me up whenever I encounter, because I have I have a friend whose roommates love playing the video game Marvel Rivals on the PlayStation 5.
Yes.
And I understand that most of it is probably bots. But when they start every single time, critical to like in my brain, the experience of playing a multiplayer game is the downtime in between rounds.
If the queue takes more than 3 seconds, we joke that the game is dead for Marvel Rivals because of how fast the queue times are. And there are a lot of bots. And it's like once you figure out how to tell which ones are bots, it's pretty easy to tell. But there are just genuinely that many people playing the game that it's very rare that you'll have
that it is actually seeding
the
people
bots are mostly
quickly.
An engagement thing.
Okay.
If you lose too much, it puts you in a match with bots.
Okay. Great. Yeah, because it is always so shocking. Even Fortnite does not have the speed with which, like pressing the button to say, I'm going to play the video game Fortnite is always a longer process than it is when you press, I'm ready to play Marvel Rivals. Like, bam. And then you're playing the video, like quote unquote, you're preparing to play the video game Marvel Rivals. Yeah, no, there's no time in between.
There's no time.
Okay. But why is it taking so long to backfill?
I don't understand. It's some bizarre form of competitive integrity, I guess, kind of, sort of. Like, I think that's the thought process. Because there are people who legitimately disconnect. And, like, that sucks. I'm sorry that your game got cut off. But if it's because it was a power outage or your game just crashed or whatever, the thing is that I don't care and nobody else cares.
No, and nobody else cares.
And also,
and therefore the game shouldn't care.
The game shouldn't care. Even if you're in, like, a big stack of people with your friends, it should just backfill a random person instantly. Maybe not instantly. I'm saying 30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
Because there is someone who is playing solo who can fill that spot.
And also the game knows why you left.
Yes. Like, that's the thing. It does backfill faster if it knows that someone rage quit.
Okay.
But not fast enough.
But
so if someone's computer crashes or if someone's game crashes, then you might not have a person for like 2 minutes.
That's so crazy, especially because it knows that the person disconnected because
it knows that it was probably just a crash or like a connection problem. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And the thing is too, I don't care why they left. I don't care if it was a rage quit. I don't care if it crashed. Just throw a random person in here.
Play.
It's in quick play. I got the chat turned off. Just throw someone in there. I don't care.
I just need a warm body.
We just need a warm body. I don't care if they're good, but nothing feels worse in this game than playing like a 5v6 because it is quote unquote it's like Overwatch for if you have even more ADHD. Overwatch on crack. Like it is so much faster and so much more amped up so that it can keep you engaged. So just put a fucking person in there.
Just put a guy in there.
It's so frustrating. The way that this game is like, obviously it's copying Overwatch. Obviously it's copying League of Legends. And so like by proxy, it's copying like TF2 and Valorant also. But it is critically like not a designed video game. It feels undesigned as a video game. Actively doing things against like the best practices that those games have already established. Like there's no way to mute allied pings, which is unbelievable to me in the year of our Lord 2025 that there's no way to say this specific person is annoying me.
Yeah.
Turn off their character's ability to talk.
Yeah.
There's no way to do that.
You can't do it.
You can't do that.
That's the thing. And I was definitely being mean and rude earlier when I said that you're retreading ideas that people more talented than you had when I was talking about the Left 4 Dead that's coming out. But the other thing about people who have done this shit already is that you get it's the luxury that you have.
Yes.
Is that the floor is so much higher. You do not have to start from zero. You're already starting at some cases from like 85 or 90. Like the play space that you get to engage with, like, yes, you have to make the video game part, but like the part where you start to have ideas is not actually in any of the processes of the games that are already unbelievably successful. That is stuff that you can and should be taking, like every single part of it, because that is part of why that they got so successful. The idea space for you is past that.
Yeah.
It would be like
everyone who makes any multiplayer game is better because in 2017 or whatever it was, Apex Legends invented the best context-based barks and pings that have ever existed in one of those games, where Fortnite immediately stole them because they said, this is such a good idea.
It's a really good idea. And now,
even just basically for accessibility reasons. And Marvel Rivals still doesn't do those correctly. If you are playing as a healer character, a support, and you try to ping another person, like an opponent, or if you just try to ping anywhere, because usually what you do is you do rely on the context sparks, but like if you were a support or you're looking at your support, it's a squishy backline character, and you see them randomly ping off in some direction, you probably know that someone is trying to flank them and they need help. It kind of just doesn't work sometimes if you're a support, and instead you'll ping, I can heal.
Great. Awesome.
I can heal people. A ping that no human being has ever needed to use in their entire life. I can heal.
Because obviously.
It's left click. And it aims by itself. Yes, I can heal. As long as there's not a wall between us, I can in fact heal. Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
It's unbelievable how
brutal.
Undesigned the game is in some places. Even after all the ripping off stuff, which is fine. Like Overwatch isn't going to do it right, so someone else might as well.
No, someone can and should do it better, but also the bed off of which you can jump is a good bed. Like it just seems like they ran out of ideas, right? So the potential of a new team coming in to have new ideas is that it is completely different people who are cribbing the thing, but like should be able to have some better ideas. My problem with Marvel Rivals, from like from the perspective of a person who played an unbelievable amount of Overwatch and then has watched a lot of the video game Marvel Rivals get played by people who did not play Overwatch, is like is to that point, Lotus, of it not feeling designed well, where it's like I'm listening to these people talk about the ways that the game is frustrating them and being like, you know what game does not have that problem?
Yes.
Overwatch.
Which
and
is crazy.
It also never had that problem.
We unfortunately do have to admit at times that Blizzard is kind of the best to ever do it when it comes to doing this specific kind of thing.
No, for sure.
Not the specific kind of thing of Overwatch, but taking something that's very popular, like niche and like kind of difficult to parse and just being like, what if anyone could pick this up and kind of figure it out? And they did that. And Marvel Rivals said, what if we didn't do that?
Yeah,
Because,
what if we just put the Marvel guys in it?
Everybody really hates that Overwatch was for everyone. And then slowly the 5% of people who play this competitively above a Diamond 1 level got really mad.
Mm-hmm.
And so we changed a bunch of shit. And now Mercy is no longer the character we designed her as, which is the character for your friend who doesn't play video games to play.
Yep.
Everybody loved that. So let's do that with Marvel Rivals. Let's make it so that if you can't hear and see 360 every few seconds and know exactly what every single enemy character wants to do at all times, you can instantly die in a way that you do not understand and cannot understand. I can understand that because I played so much fucking Overwatch that I have like a decent game sense. And I played enough Marvel Rivals that I have a decent game sense. I can't imagine how fucking frustrating it is to be like, I want to play with my friend, so I'm going to play Punisher, and I'm just going to shoot at guys and be like, oh, well, actually, Magic used her one-shot combo on you after she leapt across 2 buildings directly on top of you. You shouldn't have been
killed
there.
You
you should have noticed her at some point and just shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Oh, it's so crazy. Yeah, it
is deeply, from the outside looking in, it is wholly illegible in a way that, like,
yes, I agree.
Overwatch, I guess, kind of got a little more legible as they kind of progressed, but like
it's tough to do. But Rivals doesn't even try.
And that's the thing. Overwatch absolutely did try to make it feel more legible. There is zero legibility to Marvel Rivals. I think the art style in that game kind of fucking blows. TBH.
I go back and forth because it's like I don't mind a lot of the designs. I mean, the skins are kind of a different situation. A lot of them are really ugly and like overdone. But like, there's like fundamental parts of it that just look kind of odd. It feels like it's just on the wrong side of a balance between like realistic and anime
and cartoon.
Cartoon.
Yeah, it looks like all of they somehow built the entire game out of the cartoon skins in Fortnite, which look off because they are which I don't like them either. But they don't
look like they belong in Fortnite.
Right. Yes, because of weird. the different, which I think is maybe like also a testament to how solid the visual identity of Fortnite is, that when you put something that looks off, it looks off. But then they built the whole game of Marvel Rivals out of the fact that in my brain it's an Unreal 5 engine game like Fortnite, where they built it out of the guys that I think look off already. Damn. So what are you going to play instead now?
Nothing. Because one other thing I want to talk about, because in the ways that this game is not designed, just fundamental things, we've gone over so many, but a lot of them are maybe like if you haven't played a lot of Overwatch, maybe you don't get it. One I do want to talk about this very famous Overwatch character called Lucio.
Yeah.
And Lucio's thing is that he can wall ride and he has alternating AoE healing or speeding people up.
Yeah, super simple guy.
But those are the important things to talk about. And then he has his little beat gun. And so one thing that Lucio was really good at is being kind of squirrely and like staying alive. Generally speaking, if you are playing as Lucio in Overwatch, there's one statistic that if you're playing a halfway decent Lucio, you should have leaps and bounds on everyone else on your team. And that's objective time.
Yeah.
Guess what Marvel Rivals does not track, despite being the exact same game as Overwatch? Nikki, one thing that Overwatch does, which is probably a good decision that Marvel Rivals also does, is while a game is actively being played, you can't see all of your stats. So you can't scream, oh, I have this much healing, and I can see that you, my co-healer, doesn't have as much healing, so you suck. And you also can't see some other granular stats, just because why do you need to see all those at once? It takes up the screen. There's no objective time marker in Marvel Rivals right now. You can't, and Marvel Rivals works exactly the same way Overwatch does.
Yeah.
There's King of the Hill where you need to contest. There's payloads where you need to stand on the payload to capture it and then move it. The more people stand on it, the faster it caps. And the more people stand on it, I think up to 3, the faster the payload moves.
Yeah.
And there's no objective time stat. There's a character who turns into a turret, and there's not an objective time stat.
That's fucking crazy.
A fundamentally undesigned game, unless it comes to monetization, which they've added several.
They've really innovated on that front.
Like the one that really made me go like, I've already said I don't think that this game is going to last more than a couple of years. That's for a few different reasons. I don't think it's designed to. I think it's designed to make its money and leave. I think it will run into licensing issues. It already almost didn't exist because they didn't want to pay for the license to Marvel.
To fucking Marvel.
As if it's not the biggest slam dunk in the universe. But yeah, so Matt, picture in your head the main menu of Marvel Rivals. It's fairly easy to imagine. On the whole top portion of the screen, starting from left to right, you have, play, profile, blah, blah, blah. In the kind of center right of the screen, you have whatever character you play as the most. At the center left of the screen, you have you and then your party. And so because it's centered, there's this kind of awkward space in the top left bridging to the bottom left corner where there's just kind of nothing there. It's empty space. And so Marvel Rivals had it's just a UI element that just looks kind of nice. So it's not totally empty. It was a triangle, like a isosceles triangle that just cut down to the corner in like a blue-gray color. It's just there to fill the empty space. Except it's ad space now. When you're on the main menu, it looks like that and it looks normal. But if you go to your profile, or sometimes after you complete a match, it goes bing, and then a commercial appears for skins or the battle pass or whatever in that space perfectly. And it even has a little, when you inset something in a game and there's that kind of little ripple light effect, it has that too. There are now other forms of monetization. They finally added emotes, which is a thing a lot of people want. And so we need, Emma Frost being cute to Jeff because people like those two characters, I guess. There's a bunch of lines about shipping Mantis and Loki because heterosexuals will ship anything.
They'll do anything. They'll do whatever. Yeah.
What happened to being Fujo's fandom?
No,
girls?
It's gone. It's over. It's closed. Store's
Forgetting
closed.
Our history. It's embarrassing.
Wait, so
there's back bling now, technically. It's really just keychains, but you can now, and the crazy thing to me, which I did not realize for weeks after this was implemented, you can get basically like a little keychain, like a labubu, basically, like a chunky big keychain. Not every character can have every one. So there's a Deadpool keychain, and there's no Deadpool in the game.
Yeah.
Only Spider-Man can have the Deadpool keychain.
What?
I don't know.
But what if I don't play Spider-Man, but I like Deadpool?
Too bad.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Here's my... That's crazy, first of all. The fact that they would convert what was normally just a bit of visual aesthetic to be like, please don't leave your eye right here. You're not supposed to look over here. Just scooch it over here. Convert it into ad space is for the video game that you're already playing is crazy.
Yes.
I don't think that there is
on top of all the other things, right? Yeah, the scrolling, because all games have this now, the little rectangles that show up on the top left corner of the screen that say, here's the new battle pass, here's the new skins.
Yes.
Here's the roulette wheel thing that you use to get your little rewards on top of all that.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, because Fortnite has that, but I think this is it making its way. I would need to look at it more, but I think Fortnite has the worst main menu of any video game on the planet right now.
It's really bad.
It is so unbelievable. They've redone it, they redo it every year, and I don't know, UI UX hard. I understand that it's hard, and
difficult.
I cannot fucking imagine having to do UI UX for a game like Fortnite or like Roblox, where you are incentivized to put garbage in front of people because that is what makes the video game make money. So you have to incentivize trash. But it is so staggeringly bad. The ways that they Epic deprioritizes its own content on the Fortnite home screen is so loud to me, and it's getting even louder. You talked about it with the guitar.
I don't know how to get to other stuff in Fortnite. I feel very old.
They don't
want
you to.
It might have changed since them lawsuits came through, but I remember the first time I bought something in Fortnite, I said, is that you just press the button once and you've bought it?
Yeah, now you have to press and hold it. You have to press and hold
That's
it now.
Still not,
which is still not enough, to be so clear. Now you press and hold it, and they give you 30 minutes. If you don't use it, they give you 30 minutes to give it back. And also because of those lawsuits, you get like 3 return tickets that you can use on anything that you have purchased, even if you have used it in the last, I want to say it's year. So you can give it back to them and they give you the V-Bucks back. They don't give you cash back. They give you V-Bucks back and they take the skin. That's so crazy.
League of Legends has had that since 2014.
Yeah, they just put it in. And by just put it in, I mean they like put it in 3 years ago. So but it has been in the game for a minute.
As a result of something else occurring.
Yes, of a lawsuit. Not because of generosity or kindness. But yeah, no, the Fortnite's problem is that like it is similar to the Marvel Rivals thing that you've described from an advertisement perspective, which is to say that they're advertising bullshit that you don't need to play the game. But the stuff that they're putting on the home screen is, if I turn on Fortnite right now and go to my mode, like there is not here are the game modes that you play. Sometimes where Battle Royale is, I play 2 game modes in that game. Battle Royale, Zero Build, and Fortnite Festival. There is no way to pin those 2 things onto the home screen. There is no way to ask the game to say, I don't give a shit about the creator made stuff. Just show me those 2 tiles. There's no way to do that. It would probably take me a couple of minutes to figure out how to play rocket racing in the video game Fortnite, which they 100%. Make.
There's no muscle memory for it either, because none of it makes sense.
No, and it moves all the time. Like it's constantly moving because they're constantly trying to prioritize whatever fucking child-made prop hunt or like spooky fucko map. Like it's constantly rotating. I did play last week. I didn't really play that many video games this week, but I did play a full round of the Squid Games mode in Fortnite, which is maybe one of the worst things I've ever interacted with. Not even from a critical, we've completely missed the point of what Squid Games was about perspective, because like it's played out and obvious. Like obviously, yes,
yeah, we get it. You know, like when people keep going, don't they get it?
Yeah, it's like
who cares? They want to make money, dog.
They want to make money. Like
we know.
Like,
Come
okay,
on.
we get it. But from a like gameplay perspective, it really sullies if I'm on the outside looking in, I think that Epic, the people, and I guess people maybe don't know who makes Fortnite. They just know that it's Fortnite, and maybe that's kind of what they're relying on. But the way that they're pushing the Squid Game stuff makes me think that the same people who make Battle Royale made the Squid Game stuff. And if I'm going from Battle Royale, a very intentionally designed, considered experience, to then go play the Squid Game stuff, which feels like it was made by a high schooler, not generously.
Yeah.
Then like you're having an unbelievably bad time because they're using UEFN, but not in the same. It's not well implemented, and it doesn't feel good. It's really confusing. You don't have the same ability sets, but it looks the exact same as Battle Royale, and then the rule sets are completely different, and they don't explain those rules to you. It didn't feel very good. But because I played it once, the game is like, you loved this, right? So we're going to put this in front of all of the game modes that you would want to play, because right now this is where we're making money somehow. I don't understand how they make money on it.
On UEFN or specifically Squid Games?
The UEFN stuff.
I don't 100% understand. I mean, I think Epic is doing the Walmart thing where you got to lose money to make money. What are we doing now? Losing money? Overall.
Yeah, overall. But like, I guess it is all just in service, because the vectors for me for that game and for Marvel Rivals too is they make the money from the cosmetics.
Yes.
But they were already making money from the cosmetics.
Yes.
Right? And you don't pay for anything in Fortnite. All of it is free. And there are not microtransactions in the way that it's like, I've downloaded the free-to-play video game Fortnite, but if I wanted to pay $5 to play a different game mode, I can't do that. Roblox, at least, I'm about to say a crazy thing. At least Roblox, inside of the video games that are inside of Roblox, you can pay real money to get extra currency that you can then only use in those games. You can't do that in Fortnite. So I don't know where the money is coming from on the UEFN stuff, other than there are a bunch of different kinds of games, and then maybe because there are a bunch of different kinds of games, more people are going to play the game and then use the skins that they buy in the shop in the new games. But that doesn't seem like
my understanding of how it works. Not in the sense that makes any sense to a human, but to a corporation that needs to have
makes sense.
More money than they made last year. They've run out of people to sell things to.
Yeah.
And so this is what they do.
Yeah. So you have to you have to make the base more broad by getting people who otherwise would never play the video game, which again, if you wanted to have made more money, I probably would have just left the game on the iPhone. But that's neither here nor there. Should we do Hive questions?
Sure.
You can hit us up in the brand new Hive Questions channel over in the VGB's Discord, which you can join by going to vgbs.com/join. First question. We made the channel last week in the middle of the episode. I was going to
say, how far back do you want to scroll?
Well, we won't do all of them because I kind of got to go. But I won't do all of them, but we can hit a couple. The one that immediately caught my eye was from Valerie B. Why did it take you this long to make a questions channel? I don't know.
I
really don't know.
I came into the VGB's Discord for the first time, and somehow I was already a moderator, it would seem.
Yeah, congratulations.
And I said, this one's called Hive Chat.
Yep.
And this one's called Hive Content.
Content, yep. Yeah,
and
it's
the
confusing.
questions go into which one?
And yeah, great question. And now it's clear, but I don't know what the other two are for, and that's on John. He made the Discord. So that's on him. Fonk asks, Nikki, are you annoyed that Brie Larson went to Battlefield but didn't go on Pivot to Chair? Yes. Pissed off about that forever. I asked Brie Larson, do you know about Pivot to Chair?
I do. Maybe.
Okay. If you don't know about Pivot to Chair was like 3 weeks into the pandemic. I was like, I need a new office chair because the chair that I was using was from the street, literally, and it was hurting my body. And I wanted someone very badly to send me a chair for free because there were no chairs available to purchase because of the novel coronavirus pandemic. So I wanted someone to send me a chair for free. So I started a show called Pivot to Chair where I interviewed people about their chairs that they were using during the lockdown. And then a couple of weeks in, I asked Brie Larson to be on it and she never replied. I can't believe it. Shocker. But she did go to the Battlefield thing. And that's why Brie Larson and I aren't friends. And that's the only reason.
Yeah. I can't think of any others. That's kind of fucked up.
It's a great question from Jason. What flavor is green to you?
This is tough because I love gummy bears.
Yes.
But they're fucked up because green is strawberry for gummy bears.
Which is crazy.
I think I would probably say watermelon.
That's also crazy, Lotus, because you don't eat the green part of the watermelon traditionally.
The problem is that red's already taken.
By?
Strawberry.
I think
if you have fruit, well, I guess it doesn't have to be fruit flavored, but they're both fruits. If you have fruit flavor, you need to have strawberry and you need to have watermelon.
I agree. Because they're different. They're different. Weirdly enough, when I read this question, I said, in my brain, I said vegetable, like kale is what green tastes like.
Oh, we're talking more pure synesthesia.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could take it kind of whatever route we want. It doesn't have to be candy, but your soul said what flavor of candy it was. And my soul said vegetables. I have a horrible sweet tooth, so no, it's so real.
It might be true either way.
We'll do.
I guess if it's general, it'd be mint.
Mint, interesting. I don't think mint in my brain is a cool blue. It's not really a green. Even though it is green. Yeah, in my brain.
Spearmint.
What about like a royal blue? What flavor is that?
Royal blue? Whatever mystery flavor blue, what is it that they call it? Blue Ocean? Ocean Wave at Sonic?
I don't have those. Is that the one of those juices that they make?
It's a flavor that they've always had where like it's not a real thing, but it's like coconut blue raspberry something.
See, every time I went to Sonic, because Sonic was like
ocean water? It might just be called ocean water.
Ocean water is such a good name for a fucking drink. Okay, I'm on the... Well, okay, now I have opened the Sonic website, and I'm looking at the Sonic menu, and it says Sonic Cross Grillo's Pickles.
Grillo's Pickles is really making a move. It is, in fact, called ocean water. Oh, it's lighter than I remembered it being, though. I'll say blue raspberry, then.
They have an object called the Pickle Rita Slush.
I have seen these.
Is it
Gotta
good?
say, Nikki, I haven't tried it, but as someone from South Texas, these pickle readers are doing numbers in the Mexican community. I have seen so many people, because that's the other thing is if people think that some Mexican food is gross, there's nothing we do but talk about it more. Just really dig the heels.
Just lead the fuck in.
I see bitches get the pickle readers like, well, I'm putting chamoy on it now. And it's going to be natural flavor colored chamoy, so it's kind of like brownish.
Oh,
Fuck
it's
you.
brown. Yucky. Yucky. That's delightful. I think that rules. I would have a hard pickle Rita slush. Personally.
I would like to try a little bit. That I don't like. When Sonic, back in the day, when they introduced those nerd slushies, I said, I don't want chunks in my drink.
Do you not like boba generally?
I like boba, but it has to be a boba beverage.
Shoot,
I don't like the idea of drinking something else.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
then
real.
something else
that's
comes
real.
down the pipe.
Yeah, no, that's so real.
Because also nerds are small.
Nerds are so little. That's right into the airway.
Why is my slushy gritty? Why is my slushy gritty?
Yeah, you don't want it to be gritty. You want it to go down pretty fucking smooth.
Yeah.
Name a game. This is such a good one. For My Hero Zero, name a game that came out within the last 5 years that you are positive the other person doesn't remember.
See, here's the trouble, Nikki, is that for the past 5 years, I've just played indie games and was an indie game streamer for a long time.
Yeah.
How big does the game have to be?
That's a great question, because you could say most games for me personally, and you're going to get me.
Yeah.
To not remember.
I have to think of something more sizable, maybe.
I'm going to pull up a list of games that came out in the year of our Lord 2020. Okay. Wow, Wikipedia fucking blows for this specific task. Dragon Quest 11S : Echoes of an Elusive Age - Definitive Edition.
I do remember that one.
I don't.
I could just make something up.
You could make something up.
Trails of Berseria?
No fucking idea. You made that up.
I think that one's real. I think that's the one with the black and purple titty lady on the cover. I think
shockingly not helpful for me. Spelunky 2 came out that year.
2020. I think that specifically. Tales of Berseria is 2016. Oops.
Damn. So we both forgot.
Tales of. Ooh. I don't know what any of the other ones are called. I was halfway right. The interior of her cape is purple, but her shirt is red.
Her shirt? Red. I see.
Shirt.
Shirt. Yeah, shirt.
What's the other one? Tales of Zestiria?
No fucking way, Lotus. The game is called Tales of Zestiria.
Zestiria? Someone has a train horn attached to their car. Wait, that one's 2015. How many of these are there?
Too many, Lotus.
I'm about to get a DM from Michael once this is being listened to live. I thought Tales was a good choice, but it turns out I don't know what order they came out in, so it's actually not a good choice for me.
We'll move on. Are you pumpkin spice people? Also asks Jason.
I'm just pumpkin people.
I'm also just pumpkin people. I
don't enjoy the beverage, but I love pumpkin ice cream.
Yeah, I'll eat pumpkin ice cream. I'll eat because, and this is just because neither of us live in a place where fall is necessarily a cold season. So pumpkin ice cream goes crazy to me, but like I'm not getting a warm pumpkin beverage is not usually on my radar. No. But I love pumpkin. I'll make a pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin. I like the idea of a spiced pumpkin thing, but not like a pumpkin spice drink. Sound shift. What is your go-to pizza preparation?
Like flavor?
Yeah, I think so. They also mentioned
I just didn't know if we meant, because I don't be building my own pizzas.
No, for sure. I think we should interpret this question as what do you like on there? And then they also gave me a delightful tip, which is that Aldi has knockoff unis. But unfortunately, I don't have an Aldi near me.
I like margarita pizza.
A good little marg.
Love a hunk of mozzarella.
Yeah, yummy. That's good. I'm pretty toxic on this one. I like a chewy crust. There's a place near me called Wild Crust. It's on the Eagle Rock Highland Park border that I like a lot.
And how far from you is it? In what direction?
It's about 3 clicks. If you go exactly 300 feet. No, it's called Wild Crust. It's really good. They do like a sourdough crust, which only means that it like has a little bit of character in the bite, and there is some chew, which I really like. But I go one of two directions. If I'm getting a good pizza, I want like red sauce, I want pepperoni, and I think I want like hot honey and like whatever the cheese mozzarella cheese of choice is. I want to go that way. Or like a sausage and hot honey is also a good move. If I'm getting shitty pizza, pepperoni and pineapple are what I want on there.
I just go straight cheese with like extra sauce.
Extra sauce is good. Yeah, that's true. It's true.
If it's bad pizza, you might like. There's this. I don't know how big of a chain this is. I don't think it's Texas only. But there's Pizza Patron, and they have a masa crust, like corn masa.
This fucking keyboard. Oh, the battery is dead.
Well,
I can't
just
type
have
it
to
in.
believe me.
I'll just believe
you. But it is
you.
a corn masa crust with like chorizo and other stuff on it.
That sounds bomb.
It's pretty good.
That sounds great. We'll do 2 more. Do you believe in magic? Jason's got a lot of good questions this week.
It's hard. I use computer every day, so it's hard not to believe in magic.
For real.
Because I don't care how much I understand how the computer works.
Mm-hmm.
No.
There's fucking wizards in there, dude.
It's wizards in there.
I believe in magic that looks like, yes, computer, like technology advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic. And then like I fundamentally don't understand how computer, like I fundamentally understand how computer work, but like you said,
you
Lotus,
couldn't like do it.
No, for sure. So therefore it is magic to me. I think people cooking sometimes is magic to me in the same way, right? Like I magic to me is, to answer this pretty sincerely, magic to me is like, it is a conversation not about ability, but about belief in one's ability to do a thing. And that manifests itself in a lot of ways, but like I think belief in the thing makes a thing magic, which is to say that like I think like, did I have an experience yesterday watching that soccer game that I literally in the first 15 seconds looked over at my friend and was like, we're gonna lose this one 3-0. And then she was like, I thought 4 when I was parking my car today, but I think 3 sounds good. And then when Alyssa put that ball in the back of the net, like, did that feel like magic? Like we had no right to do that other than that ball had no right to go in there, other than the collective belief in the team to kind of ensure that we were going to have a good time. Like that feels like magic to me.
I was gonna say when you read out this question first, it's your answer. I'm like, no one believes more in the magic of a communal sporting event than Nikki.
Yeah.
To the point of actively putting other people who do not like sports onto that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially because I think we can say this fairly, especially since it's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
People whose primary hobby especially is like video games and nerd shit, who then get into sports are often the worst sports fans.
Yeah.
Because they are so used to begging for validation for their hobby that they don't know what to do when you get to sports where the most art-hating chuckle fuck gets the magic of sports more than you do.
More than you do.
And you don't, it's the most popular thing on earth. Sports are the most universally popular thing on the planet. And so you don't need to be like, but it's art. And it's like, yeah, jackass.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at a bat flip. Roman Anthony did his first ever bat flip last night, and I was like, wow.
Wow. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's the best thing I've ever seen.
So yeah, I do think magic is real. I think like our definition of magic, I think, has gotten fucked because of fucking wizards. Am I right?
And all these wizards on the sides of vans.
Oh, these fucking side wizards. That's it. Why do we... Fonk asked one more good one. Why do we call the liquid that you put in cars gas?
Because we don't want to call it petrol.
Yeah, petrol's fucking stupid. That's it. Thanks. The podcast.
I thought you were playing the other song.
Oh, shit.
I heard... That doesn't... Okay. Listen to Nina Geraci's new album, guys. It's pretty good.
It's really good. You can find it everywhere?
Probably.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening. Lotus, thank you for hanging out.
Thank you.
On this episode of the VGB's podcast, episode 64. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but it is episode 64.
You said it to me at some point.
Well, we've done 64 of them. 64 years of this podcast.
Wow.
Hopefully John will be back next week. He should be, unless something else happens to that man. I hope to Christ nothing does.
Oh, wait, can I say one thing?
Yeah, no, for sure. What's up?
Because I forgot to mention this last week. We talked about it before the recording started, but you could not have sent a more alarming text message to me to ask me to be on the podcast last week, which was, hi, can you be on the podcast? John's in the hospital. I think he'll be okay. The
way I approached it was that in my brain, and to be, you're so right, Lotus. An insane
I also
way to ask
know
you.
what you meant.
Yeah, in my brain, if it was that bad, I wouldn't have just been asking you like that.
Yeah.
Is what I thought. But in practice, did I communicate that well? Absolutely not. No.
As I said when we were talking about $100,000 pyramid last week, I understand your brain and I don't know why. So I knew what you meant, but yes. I did immediately go, that's alarming. And then I went, wait, John's supposed to be in the hospital right now.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm sure this is just Nikki.
That's true. We will be back next week with another episode of the VG's podcast. Thank you to Jordan the Sticks Mallory, for producing this show. Theme music, as always, is by Ninjarachi. You can find iPod Touch on any of the streamers, or you can buy it with money on Bandcamp, probably, right? We are checking. We are checking.
Spelled Bandcamp wrong, but it still showed up. Yes, you can.
All right, you can get it there, and it's
only
$10 Friday.
Oh, that's AUD. 10. Wait, that's even less.
That's like $4 American.
That's like $4 American. I
think it's
AUD
like
to
$6 or $7 American, but that's a steal. You can go
$6.49.
That's a steal. I was. You know what? I was exactly right. $6 or $7 American. It's right in the middle. That's it. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week. We'll see ya. Goodbye. Bye.